All right, and we are back. Thank you for staying with us. This is Good Morning Kenya, and right now we talk matters family, and we are having a continuation of a conversation that we had already started last week on Monday. And the question we were posing to you is, are phones replacing real conversations? That is the question that we had asked you, and you can actually start sending in your remarks and views on the same. The number is right there on your screen: 0707 303 212, 0707 303 212. Are phones replacing real conversation? That is our question for the day on Family Check. And joining us for this conversation, the guests are not new to our screens. They were here last week as well. So we have William Deche on the very farthest end. That is William Deche Mwachiro. He is a psychologist. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right, we also have Cleopa Njiru. Cleopa Njiru is a counseling psychologist and the founder and director, Viva Mind Solutions Limited. Welcome to the program, Cleopa.
Thank you, thank you.
And joining us for this conversation as well is Meshach Ondieki, and Meshach is also a counseling psychologist. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
And we will be joined later on by Pastor David Makori, who's a pastor, an author, and a family man as well. Let's get back to this conversation. We had already laid a good base on this, but maybe the right place to begin this conversation today is maybe asking, what does being present really mean in the era that we live in right now, where phones are everything? We can be seated here together, but my face is down looking at my phone. We're not really conversing. So what does being present really mean? Let me begin with you, Cleopa.
Thank you very much. Being present is wherever you are, if it is in the offices, if it is in the family, you are able to have a conversation where you are able to connect with each other. That is, you can look at the person, listen very well, observe what is happening in the FAPO and non-FAPO, and allow yourself to be emotionally and even in the way of thinking connected to the people that you are with. That is now the presence. And then as you are observing each other, the phone, if it's not there, then you have 100% presence that you can be able to hear what the other person is saying. Not just the ones, because you have full attention. Your body, your mind, your emotions, they are all connected. And so the conversation will move in that direction when everybody is listening to each other. And you are starting to ask yourself, as this person is talking to me, when I see their face, the way they stand, what does that mean? As this person is discussing this topic, what ideas do they have? What values do they have? So the presence is just being there 100% focused on the discussion, on the conversation, on the subject matter.
Yeah, that is very well explained. So I won't even ask, the rest of the guests the same question, because I'm sure you'll be echoing the same thing. So maybe my question is to you, Meshach, do you feel that we struggle to have face-to-face conversations now? Is it a struggle that we're experiencing?
I think it is true. We are struggling to again that face-to-face conversations with our families and our friends, because there are some obstacles that have come in between us that are making our conversations not to be as they're supposed to be. So I could wish that we put our heads together and go to the roots and analyze what are some of the impediments that affect our one-on-one conversations. For example, we could be having people who are so much addicted to their gadgets, that maybe their phones. They bring their work so they are seriously scrolling the emails that the parents. The children are maybe playing the games. So there is no that connection, as my friend Clever said. So we should make an intention of coming up with ways of eradicating these impediments, these obstacles from a one-on-one conversation, so that we can be present for our families and strengthen the bonds. Thank you.
All right. Now, from a psychological point of view, Deche, would you say that this affects children's emotional development altogether? Does it have a correlation with how a child, develops emotionally?
Yes, because I believe with utilization of social media and technology, there's a deep attachment to the collective and not the singular. So you're dependent on validation from an external source. Now, the thing with that, validation never comes up the way we expect it to do. And there's the whole factor of dropping in self-esteem that comes with it. Because I've posted really cool pictures and I thought they were cool, but the feedback I'm getting, they're not really good. It can also increase the whole factor of isolation, because when we consider the whole perspective of self-esteem, there's the need to draw yourself away from the collective, because you feel like you're perceived in very low standards, or you're not being appreciated. So you will completely lock yourself out. And then there's the whole erosion of empathy that comes with it. There's this whole certain trend on where expression is really raw at that point, because you're not going to see me or meet me, neither will I see you nor meet you. So whatever I express on that social media platform is going to be very raw, sometimes very brutal, and this conditions thought processes in that way. And it tends to become quite a huge problem, especially for the kids we are raising, because they're being conditioned from a perspective of external validation, which do not meet the expectations that are going to be there. They're going outside there and seeing a very rough and very raw world that is within social media.
Yeah, and that's something we had also touched on last time. The fact that now most young people live on validation, and this validation, we're talking about online validation, whereby you feel like your existence should be validated by the posts you post on social media. How many likes am I getting? How many followers do I have? How come that person is having more followers than I do? How come they have more likes than I do? And I don't know, do you feel like this is going to become a problem at some point? If it's not already a problem, is this going to be a big problem that we'll be dealing with in the near future, or we're already dealing with that right now?
Already we are almost dealing with it. Because there was a survey that was done, a task force that went around collecting views about mental health. And the first outcome is that for every 4 people who go to our outpatient or our medical facility, 1 of them has got a mental illness.
For every 4 people?
Every 4 people, 1 is suffering from a mental illness that is not detected, no one knows about it, and it's not being treated. So what happens is, when we go through this process, the brain is being affected from a very early age. And so even when children are growing up, they are growing up with emotions that, if not well handled, they can lead into issues like depression, anxiety, and all other mental illnesses that are related to either the thinking or the mood. And already we have in some countries research that has been done that we are having quite a number of young women who are dying by suicide. And when they follow through, is because of what is happening in the social media. Because there is the comparison, there is the liking, the self-esteem, and then slowly, then there's no one to talk to. because they are only chatting. So there is no human connection. So when they get raw, they end up into developing all other mental illnesses. And already we could be going through that, only that no one is talking about it. We are not talking the way we are talking now. And so people are not being helped to prevent or even to cure or even to find out the relationship between the phone and mental illness. And this is a research that needs to be done, especially in our country, because we are a part of the world, to know whether there is a relationship between the use of the telephone and our development, our mental development, and more so mental illnesses.
And you know, with that, I would like Ondieki to jump on that. And, you know, more or less the same thing. But do you feel that, you know, how we live right now, with the fact that we are always on our phones, we are always on our gadgets, that has this contributed more to loneliness? And has this also brought about the issue of depression? Is it part of what is contributing to that?
I think so, because a lot of people are chasing the wind, I can say. And we are living a life of an imaginary life, whereby someone can post a photo or a video of him or her in a given place, but it's not true. Maybe they post near somebody's car. So people are trying to match with their colleagues. How maybe people that we graduated with and they are in a given level. So they are in constant they are constantly chasing each other. And online is just, I can say, is an imaginary platform whereby people are copying each other, and slowly they are diving into mental health challenges, as my friend has said. So because people are not able to meet the standard that is set by people on social media, you find someone now feeling inadequate, having feelings of hopelessness, feeling like they are worthless. So therefore, they slowly find themselves diving into depression without themselves knowing. Because when they find someone posting closer to a car, and they themselves, they don't have a car, they find now, they start sympathizing on themselves. They find now, they start diving into some thoughts, some negative thoughts of maybe trying to look for other ways. If they fail, therefore they find themselves feeling they are not of value, they are worthless, they are hopeless. Therefore they find themselves diving slowly into stress. Then stress develops into depression. You find people now committing suicide. And the other day they were on social media smiling, taking videos, but down in their hearts they were dying, they were rotting, but nobody knew.
Yeah, and I'd like to read some of the messages that have come in. Remember, you can get to give us your comments on the same. The question we are asking you is, are phones replacing real conversations? And the number is right there on your screen, 0707-302-212. You can send us a WhatsApp message on that number. I'll read the ones that have come in. Someone is saying, good morning. This is Nyamwaya Quinta. My response is yes, because phones are replacing many real conversations, because people spend more time on their screens than talking face to face. So Quinta is in agreement with that. And the other one here says the phone can stop us from having a real conversation, or can stop us from having real conversations. I might hang out with friends, have an issue, or something is bothering me, and I can't share with them since they can judge me. But my phone can't judge me. With this era, digital devices are our families and friends. So this one is agreeing and is actually proving to us why they prefer the phone. Nowadays, we say we have therapists who are online and not really like me reaching out to Cleopa or something. No, AI. I just speak to AI. I tell AI my problems. It gives me the solutions it can give me, and then life moves on. Just as he has rightly put it, that right now the digital devices have turned out to become our families and friends. Pastor, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I would like for you to just jump onto that and answer this viewer who's mentioned for him or her, they've not specified, they feel more secure speaking to the phone, to that AI, than a family member.
Thank you, Vivian. And that one also has made us to kill family. Because if someone says now the AI, the phone is their family and their friends, then people will come to a place where they don't see the need for family. And because now they don't see the need for family, then they live their own life, they fight their own battles, and at some point in time or in life, they can find that their life is no longer moving, is stopping, and that's why people commit suicide. Because now they have separated so far from the family. People spend in their locker rooms, I mean the bedrooms, having time with their phones. And you know, there is a chemical that is released in the brain, cortisol, which makes someone is alert about bad news coming. And then with the stress that comes, and then you find that the brain motivation is killed. And because of that, you find that families are scattering. I have seen even the things that happen in the schools where children rise up and ban others and ban school, and then everybody's like, talk to your children. So when they come home, they first reach to your phone. They first reach to the phone. So the phone comes family. Oh, so-and-so, I want to talk to you. Can you come and we talk? They are coming ready for you to judge them. Because like, she wants to ask me about the phone. So when they are talking out there, the phone becomes family. Now this kills family. The parents feel, okay, let me just keep quiet. They are finishing school and they will have their own life. They will run their own life. Without knowing, that also kills the new families that are beginning. People get married today. We wed them in church. In a month, they are divorced. Because still the phone is family. The phone is the friend. So we are married, but I'm having more good time with my friends in social media and the AI more than the husband that we have just got married to or the wife. So when she's in the house and say, you know, I'm busy, I'm doing something on phone, can you please cook? So I'm cooking alone, serving alone. So you realize that even when the child comes, now the child becomes a stress. So the phones are, the other part, they are good. They have enhanced our communication in one way or the other. But also, they have dictated how and when we talk.
Okay. What is lost when these conversations totally disappear within ourselves, within our families? What is lost?
I think, just to jump in, I think the bond has been weakened.
That's right.
So therefore, we have lost each other. Communication has been lost. So if there is no bond that is holding this family together, and if communication is not there, the family is dead. So unless we revive these major things, we have family bonding. We need to come up with intentional activities that bring this family together. Let us cook together. Let us play together. Let us play games together. Let us have storytelling together. Let us go jog, do some exercises together. We strengthen this bond. Communication. If communication has broken, then it means we need to just look for ways of rebuilding this communication to make everyone heard. Let us set some rules of maybe agree on boundaries. When should we use the phone? when should not we use the phone. If it is mealtime, let us not be having our phones. If it is maybe during our family gatherings, let us not be having our phones. So in doing that, I think we can now bring these bonds closer, and we'll make this the communication be efficient, and we'll bring our families together, and the families will be okay. The technology should not separate us. Actually, it should not be seen as a negative invention. It should make our bonds stronger if it is used carefully and prudently.
Yeah. Is it affecting or changing the way we express love? Is it affecting the way we express empathy, even conflict? Because and by this, I'm also looking at difficult conversations. I feel like nowadays we don't want to sit face to face and have these difficult conversations. Bring them on the table, speak about it. No, I'd rather just text you, and So is it changing that?
Yeah, true. Because you see, for love or for connection, we need to know each other. Like, you need to understand, like if it's even a day's work, when someone comes to work, comes in the evening at home, the partner, if they are just the two of them, they may need to know each other. How was your day? How did you stay? Did you get any sad news? Is there any progress, even success? So that knowing each other. Then for the children, knowing their own parent, like the way the parent can even talk to the parent about their roots, about values, about the things that are happening in the society. So the love between parent and children is also not going. Then also conflict resolution, like repairing. If you hurt each other, do you have moments to be able to say, I'm sorry because of what I did? Do the children have an opportunity to come and apologize, to come and say, I made this mistake? There is also the dreams. Like now, many parents, if you ask them what your child can be, they don't know, because they don't have that conversation where they can be able to tell, my child is gifted, has a talent, they won in school. So that engagement is being lost. And so when it is lost, even love and relationship are being destroyed. And more so for the people who are beginning friendships, the ones who have to show commitment, the ones who have to trust each other. If there is no conversation, then the relationships that are being started, they are being treated in a shaky ground, where you find people are criticizing each other. They are looking at their personality because they have not had time to know each other. They are always on the defense. Like you are told something because you don't know how to communicate even face to face. When they were dating, they were using text messages. They are using only the emojis. But there is no connection. So when they start staying together, they do not know how to connect. How to connect with each other in a human to human. They even fear each other. You find even, I'm afraid very soon we may not have babies. Because you see, people are staying far from each other and they're in the same town because they are connecting through the phone. So even when they come to stay with each other, they don't know where to start. So even that deep level of being able to connect on human level, physically, majority of the people, they don't know. They are scared. So we can say at all levels, even at work, corporate, you find people throughout the day, they are on their laptop, on their computer, mails. And that's why some organizations are even setting a day without emails and phones, so that people can be able to talk face to face. Because it is in all spheres of our life, the telephone, the internet, the computer has removed the human touch. And even talks, like now many people are for webinars, not face-to-face talks. So it has really eroded most of the human connection.
They say if there's no food, just let it be an email. We don't need to meet. And these are part of the things that we're talking about. Like we've normalized just having our conversations online. And just on the same, I'd like for you, Deche, to pick on that. Sometimes we assume that everyone is okay. And this comes because we don't really have actual connections whereby you're able to sit here with me and I can pick telltale signs that you're not okay, because now we never really have actual connections. So has this also brought about that part whereby we don't get to know if someone is truly fine, Because I'll just send you an emoji smiling and you assume, we are kosawa, you know?
Yeah, that does play a role because there's no physical aspect of expression.
Yeah.
Your face is the biggest communicator there is. Your body is the biggest communicator there is. When you're uncomfortable, you take up different postures to indicate that you're not truly comfortable and you're not really set to be in a certain environment at a certain time. But as much as I do feel that erodes the whole aspect of connection, I do feel to some certain degree it acts like a buffer, if you think about it. From your phone, we don't always communicate on a consistency level using our phone. We simply tend to rely on the whole perspective of the phone whenever there's the distance that's there. Sometimes people, yes, do tend to misuse that aspect.
Yeah.
I'm in my room, you're in your room. So I text you so that we can simplify the whole perspective that is there. But I feel one key factor that we need to discuss on mostly is the whole idea of subjective expression that is online. People tend to rely mostly on people's narration of situations, and that impacts on the aspect of conflict. That impacts on the aspect of love, because they feel, I really appreciate this narration of love. So this is something that can actually happen. And we tend to find ourselves relying on the imitation of such. But reality is, love is objective, conflict is objective. It happens differently based on different individuals. And it doesn't have that whole narration of attachment to it. So if we tend to view content from that perspective, surroundings from that perspective, then we can have a realistic approach to it.
All right. Pastor Makori, I'm being told we need to be winding up already. So Pastor Makori, would you say the church has a role to play in all of this? Church, religion all together, you know, even the mosque and all. Is there a role that is yours to play as, you know, religious leaders?
Yeah, there is a role we need to play as a church. One of the role is to make activities available for families, for peer groups, so that people can have time together. We create an environment where families can talk. People can have a talk together. And also, I've come to also know that church is also not just church, but also a school, whereby we can also train and teach people on social life, on communication and conflict resolution. There's something you mentioned about hard talk and conflict resolution. People are avoiding hard talk.
Yeah.
If you are talking to me and I don't like what you are telling me, I pull out my phone. You talk, I'm listening. Or we have come to a place where, because I don't want to tell you something because I don't know how you behave, what I will do, I will get a clip that someone has shared and I forward it to you. And because you know that this clip that so-and-so has sent to me is maybe attacking me, I will avoid checking it, or I check it with an attitude. So there's something church can do. We teach the people to walk in love, walk in communication. God loves us to communicate together through prayer, and we say everything. So we also need to talk to each other, one-on-one, set family together. And that's why churches have also come with small groups where a certain group of people, Catholic call it Jumuiya, where small groups of people meet together, we put funds aside and do several activities together. There is a way it can bring families together, and also we create counseling moments, counseling times, so that people can be able to pour their hearts to the pastors and to the parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take your final remarks on the same, and maybe with the final remarks, let's speak about a solution, right? So maybe what is needed to restore meaningful conversations as your final remarks. Let me begin with you, Ondeki.
I think a solution that needs to be settled at is let us embrace conversations in our families. Let us engage in truthful conversations. Let us not assume small things. If you see something that's not working, don't use phones, don't communicate using text. Just have a one-on-one conversation, and through that one-on-one conversation, through that bonding, you can be able to solve most of the problems that families can have. Yeah.
All right, Cleopa?
For me, I feel like we need a school for parenting so that parents can be helped to be able to know how they can themselves look at themselves on the use of the telephone. Then when they look at themselves, they are able now to support their children. Like, for instance, to have parental control on all the gadgets, also to take their phones in the evening so that children can have sleep. Then also us, as therapists, psychologists, mental health advocate, we also need to go deeper into the effect of the phone on the human mind, especially connection between the use of the phone and mental illnesses or mental disorders like depression, anxiety, and all others, so that we can, even when we are interviewing the people who are coming to us, we can pick that, how is their usage of telephone? Because if a young person is on telephone 9 hours a day, and you now start seeing how that is impacting their life at school and with the family. So it's a corrective. And then the tech companies also need to join us so that they can have data and research on that data to be able to see the effect on that on the society.
All right, thank you so much. Deche, 30 seconds.
Encourage open communication, which is free expression, and ensure that judgment is not there. Then we can start on winning off the individual from social media, excessive use of it, by having boundaries and structuring everything as it should be. Because if we don't start by encouraging people to openly express themselves, then they will utilize the phones and the laptops as a coping mechanism away from the whole factor of the home and the family. If they feel safe enough, they won't run off.
I get you. Thank you. Pastor Makori, 30 seconds kindly.
You've talked about the solution. One is we create phone-free areas and phone-free time in agreement. Secondly, I would like to say we replace phones with something. You don't just tell people switch off the phones and then we are quiet. We can actually use the phone and check our photos that we have taken all the years. We go through the photos, check the photos, talk about what was happening in this moment. You find that we can take 2 hours checking photos from 2019, and we talk over them. And phones have also become really an issue. Children are unable to learn to talk at very early age because they are on phone. So they are mixed Chinese, whatever, Swahili, English, they are checking here. So we need to really agree and put phones away in an agreeable time.
Okay.
Thank you.
You so very much, gentlemen, for giving your remarks and reviews on this very needed conversation. This is where we put a cap to today's Good Morning Kenya.